Right.
But
So, about talking about the machine learning algorithms, as we know, with the development of neural networks, with VFKNN classifiers, your decision trees, your regression models. So, once we obtain the data, how does the data scientist exactly choose which algorithm to apply to that data?
so when you learn different models, if you do an online course, they'll only talk about how the model works, and this is how you implement. But when you get into the deeper knowledge about how these models actually work, how the math works behind it, what if you feed in a negative parameter, how does the math change, how does the model respond? Because these machine learning is nothing but calculations done, and machine learning is basically like you are training, like for example, this is one example that I keep using. So when you have a baby in your family, you tell that baby that this is mom, this is dad, this is water, this is blah blah blah. You are training that baby. They didn't have this knowledge. You train it over time, you train it with a lot of data. Now if the baby doesn't go out during the pandemic, will they be able to detect what is a leopard? The answer is no. Would they be able to detect like anything else, like this like earlier nobody knew mask when they were kids, but now everyone is wearing masks, so people see that and babies get used to it. So same like data science models, machine learning models, those are like babies. You train them and you teach them. Whatever you teach them is something that they can use. So um, if you teach them this is water and you bring a different drink, then they would still treat it as water unless you tell them there are different types of liquids. So once you keep improving your data, you change different pieces of the data, your machine learning model works better. Now deciding between different models, so there are classifications and regression decisions that needs to be made. So depending on your data, so for example, cases wherein you have to detect cancer tumors or you have to detect frauds, which are less than 1% of the cases, you need to choose models which are more sensitive to negative information, and it's not a linear, it's more of a non-linear model. So linear model is just like a linear regression. So like for example, if my so, if, for example, tax slabs in India, right? So, up to 5 lakhs, I'm just throwing these numbers, maybe inaccurate, but let's say up to 5 lakhs, no tax. So, till 5 lakhs income, your tax amount is zero. And then after that, it's 5% or 10%. So, 5 to 10 lakhs, let's say 5%. So, it jumps to 5%. So, this is your decision boundary. Like anything between above 5 lakhs will be charged 5%, but only on the difference amount. So, for example, if you're earning 7 lakhs, you'll only be charged 5% tax on that 2 lakhs. And then let's say after 10 lakhs, the bracket changed to 20. So it looks like something, a big change. And if you're using a linear model, what it does is you have your X and Y axis. Linear model will only predict if X changes by some amount, Y changes proportionately. So that's not always the case. You might have to use non-linear boundary and those kind of things. So it's lot of, definitely you need to understand the math behind it to make these decisions, because you need to understand how your data is. If you're detecting frauds, you need to detect non-linear models with more sensitivity. Whereas if you're detecting something like what Amazon is doing, market basket analysis, which is if you're buying this, you're also buying this. You need a model which has parameters filled in. If you're buying X1, X2, X3, then you'll also be interested in Y1. So those kind of things. So you're having interdependency within your variables. So that's how you decide, and that learning only comes with learning the math behind different machine learning models.